Yeah, you can't play Odyssey without appreciating the majesty of bending nearly everything to your will for another moon. A lot of thought went into how the capture mechanics work and the way the worlds were built for them. With quite the long lineup of people and objects ready to do my bidding, it's only natural that we'd find some that we would make our generals in the army of mindless minions. No rules for this list, but one small disclaimer. Heavy spoilers ahead! Alright, let's start it off! Credit where credit is due. Bowser's minions aren't as worthless as some people might think, and I never once complained while taking them over because they all had their own shining moments. Goombas don't slip on ice, and stacking them is handled better than you might think. Cheap Cheeps let you swim without running out of air, a powerful plus. And bullet bills? It's fun for what it is. But that thumbnail should have already given this away. Hammer, Shift, Fire Brothers, you know these guys. One of the most dangerous henchmen that Bowser has had, even from all the way back in the 8-bit days. Speaking of which, it's only missing the duck and cover ability, otherwise it'd be the true return of the Hammer Brothers suit, and who doesn't look forward to getting that dominating destructive power back? And if you're a sucker for nostalgia as well as me, then think of the Fire Brothers as having the Fire Flower, and they both move the exact same way. Can't keep them rooted to the ground. They've got spring legs, aka they feel like the frog suit outside of water, but a little smoother. A lot of Mario 3 going on here, don't you think? As fun as it is to chuck away an endless supply of hammers and frying pans like an everything-must-go utility store, a part of me can't help but think of the darker side of this. They're called brothers. I want to imagine that they share a deeper connection than most of the enemies, but then you think about how one of them has betrayed them.
We're brothers. Don't shoot. You're not my brother.
You're a monster, Mario! Bowser's Castle. You'd think you'd get some super strong destructive force to play around with, right? How about a little woodpecker instead? Yeah, having a sort of cute character like this hanging around the bad guy's lair makes about as much sense as seeing a bunch of cute bunnies near an active volcano. Or here too, for that matter. And to make sure that we can't just break the game, they can't fly. The good news is that their beaks are both strong and flexible. With a mighty thrust, the beak can joust its enemies to death, send bombs to another target, and pole vault. Man, they are going to be feeling this one in the morning. If they can make it till sunrise, that is. Thankfully, yes, this is one of those practical captures where you have some self-defense along with what feels like the entire area made to be a puzzle element with just this one capture. Cause let's face it, you're not going to be doing yourself any favors using this one. Ugh. You know, it's kind of embarrassing when you make a list and you think you have all the spots filled in, good to go, ready to talk your mouth off about each entry, and then you forgot one. How many times do I want to bang my head on a wall for doing that? I thought I was ready to give this spot to Uproot. Doesn't look that impressive, does it? Well, I like the growth and jump puzzles that came from it. Kinda felt a little unique and not really one that you think would grow on you, but and there was a boss fight design with this guy in mind, showing just a bit of depth behind it. And then I remembered Gushin and it blew Uproot right out of the water. Yeah, I'm not even trying. Eat your heart out, Inklings! Octos surrounded by water that use said water to attack and propel themselves horizontally and vertically. It lets you travel at a decently fast and controllable speed, it can be used to clear the enemies out of the way, takes care of nasty hazards, and has an enjoyable boss fight to accompany it. It kinda reminds me of the Flood from Sunshine, but upgraded and comes with all the attachments pre-installed! How can it not get any higher on the list? That's why. In the water you can go forever, but in the air and on the land, it's kind of limited. Once it runs out of H2O, it's as useful as a Goldine in Smash. I'm a little confused that I can't use this guy underwater, but I'm content with the hydro pump propelled goodness that we got. The tank. This is one of those self-explanatory entries where instead of babbling on about the obvious, let's just take it in. Who needs a fire flower when you've got this kind of firepower? How do you like my new cart? I'm ready for battle mode. Where's that Snuggles Bear at? Woohoo! I think Falco just sucks with the Landmaster. If this thing hovers, it's game over, Bowser. Bosses? More like target practice. Do I really need to go on? What you see is what you get, and I'm not complaining. Guys, this is your last warning. This spoils the ending of the game, and I don't want to be responsible for that. But the show must go on, so if you're still watching this, you're basically signing the waiver that you're okay with this. Otherwise, you already know what's coming. After the long chase around the world and to the moon, you run into the chapel and wishing there was an action command to let you say, I object! You see Peach refusing Bowser's hard work, planning, affection, and determination. So not exactly happy to see a wedding crasher, the groom decides to show you the door. The trap kind. So begins a second Bowser fight in the game with our longtime rival / nemesis / girlfriend stealer. And try as you might, your desire to put Cappy on his head isn't going to happen. After delivering the final blow, the moon starts to crumble, and you're stuck with no way out! Dreams do come true! Remember when we saw the first capture trailer and we all thought, can we just take control of Bowser and win? They answered with this. Nice touch. I'm Bowser the Bulldozer, breaking anything in my way, all in the hopes of finding a way out of the crumbling moon. The only hazards are the falling debris and the collapsing floors, and they're no match for my claws and fireballs! And once you get to the final section, you get that special song just for you! At this point, you get so wrapped up in the slashing, blasting, collapsing, pacing, theming, and singing that you don't have time to realize that this is all there is. Ha! No you don't, comment section! I'm correcting myself! Yeah, that's kind of a reason it took me a while to get this out. Heck, I already had to correct myself because I didn't notice you could shoot fireballs the first time I played this part. At the darker side of the moon, you get another slash and smash serving that's more or less the same as before. But hey, second helping of this? Thank you, Odyssey team! And that's it for this little list, and if you have a difference of opinion, I'd love to hear your favorite captures from Super Mario Odyssey. If only there was a part where I could freak out some toads. Well, I meant with Bowser, but this works too, I guess. Hey guys, hope you enjoyed this little video. I've got a number of reviews that I really need to focus on at the moment, so we'll keep this short. If you want to see some updates on the videos I'm working on, you can find me on Twitter, and you can help me decide on which thumbnail design should be used. Or if you'd like to help with some future reviews and lists, you can join the Discord channel. I'm not sure what's next, but I hope to have it done soon. Later, everyone!